Gemini, the last of my air signs, how are you? I hope you're alright. I'm going to pull you a Celtic cross, my loves. Happy Friday the 13th for yesterday. I love the number 13. I'm Queen of Swords 1313 on Instagram, by the way, if you don't follow me there already. Not that I ever post anything about the readings, but I post random memes and Jeff Brown quotes mostly. I'm going to pull you a Celtic cross. Did I say that? It's a general reading. I am not pulling on any particular area of life, okay, my loves. Whatever comes up in the energies is what comes up. To a certain extent, it is for you to take the energies that I talk about and apply them to whatever situation in your life you're seeking guidance on, okay? It's a collective Gemini reading. I am pulling on collective energy. It's crazy. It does mean that not every single thing necessarily is going to resonate for you, okay, my loves? Take the bits that resonate, leave the rest behind. Your intuition is everything, okay? Don't listen to random people on the internet pulling cards. I mean, do, but listen to it in a way that prompts your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own intuition. Yeah? You get me? Let's start. Can we have the heart of the matter, please, for Gemini? What's at the heart of the matter for Gemini, please? Thank you. The Queen of Swords. I like the Queen of Swords. Funny that, isn't it? Okay. You are not taking any bullshit, Gemini. I like it. What's going on? It still bugs me, this card, this Queen of Swords card. The fact she's wearing high heels. Because it's just so, like, not like the Queen of Swords, if you ask me, to wear high heels. So anyway, that tells me you might be doing something a little bit out of character. That's what I'm feeling. So the Swords is all about rational thinking, intellect, okay? So whatever's going on in your life at the moment, it feels like the approach you feel most comfortable with in order to deal with it is using your mind. Well, you are a Gemini. You are an air sign. Makes sense. But you know, she's not as cold as people think. She's not as cold as people think, the Queen of Swords. She is quite emotionally savvy. It's just that being emotionally savvy, in a sense, allows her to detach herself from those emotions to make decisions that are kind of not controlled by her emotions, if that makes sense. So that may be something you guys resonate with. What's the challenge for Gemini, please? What's the challenge for Gemini? Thank you. The Hanged Man. Interesting. Feels like something is in a state of suspension at the moment. There's not much action taking place. But the Queen of Swords wants to take action. Swords are about action and communication. I get the feeling you want to take action on something, but you're prevented from doing so somehow, or somehow you just know it's not quite the right time yet. You've got a little bit more work you need to do on something before you can put your ideas out there, communicate what you need to communicate. You're still thinking things over before you come forth and communicate what needs to be communicated. Quite a lot of introspection here with the Hanged Man, quite a lot of assessing your own spiritual needs. But you're taking quite a Swords approach to it. You may need to take a slightly different approach to it. You may need a slightly different perspective on things. That's another thing that Hanged Man does talk about, a change of perspective. Okay, what's crowning the matter for Gemini, please? What's crowning the matter for Gemini? Ooh, Death in reverse. Just so you know, by the way, I'm going to go around each position in the Celtic Cross with this deck. Give a sort of base reading. That normally takes 15-20 minutes. So if you want a kind of quick overview reading, you can hang around for that long. But after that, I will go more in depth with a few other decks, pull lots of clarifying cards, try and ask useful questions, that sort of thing. So that normally ends up taking about an hour. So make yourself a cup of tea if you want to hang around for the whole reading. Death in reverse. It seems you're having problems letting go of something here, Gemini. What that is, I don't know. We will ask when we get under it. But it's on your mind. Okay. It's on your mind. And it's like you need a more spiritual perspective somehow to make sense of it, to let go of it. That's what the Hanged Man's telling me. I tell you what, so often when I pull the Hanged Man, I get a devil come out as well. Let's see. Just because the Hanged Man often is all about your spiritual needs to me, and then the devil is like, no, you don't have any spiritual needs. You just have material needs. I don't know. I'm feeling some devil energy, but we'll see. Recent past for Gemini, please. Recent past for Gemini. Whew. Okay, something came in shocking, quick, intense, that created some sort of radical change in your past here. It doesn't feel... It feels like you brought it about yourself, whatever this is, okay? This is not necessarily external tower is what I'm trying to say. It's more of an internal tower. Sometimes with tower, it can be stuff coming in from the universe to give us a shake-up. It seems to me like you have instigated this process yourself. Both the tower and the hangman. Oh my God, and the death god. You've got some heavy shit going on. Yeah, this is some intense energies, Gemini. And then you're the Queen of Swords in the middle of it all. Whew. Yeah, anyway, you've initiated some sort of process of introspection, discovering who you are. Yeah, I do prefer the tower in the reverse, in a sense, just because it's slightly less shocking than an upright tower, because it's like you're taking the reins on the process of doing the work that needs to be done, rather than the universe forcing your hand. Yeah. What's below, please, for Gemini? What's below? 9 of Cups. Considering what brings us pleasure, what brings us joy. It's quite an individual energy. I feel like there's a bit of a fear of making connections at the moment, a bit of a fear of sharing yourself emotionally with other people. Well, to be honest, with all this going on, I can kind of understand that, because I feel like you're doing a lot of processing and you just feel like that processing would be better off done alone. You could be recently divorced. The Queen of Wands is often that single, independent woman who is just ended a relationship, so that could be showing up in the centre of your reading for that reason, Gemini. Near future for Gemini, please. Near future for Gemini. What's going on in the near future for Gemini? Oh, I don't want 2 cards, thank you. Just the 1 card, please. The near future for Gemini. God, 3 of Swords reversed. Coming out of heartbreak. 3 of Swords is an energy of emotional pain, heartbreak. I'm kind of glad to see it on the surface for you, in all honesty, and I'm kind of glad to see it reversed in your future, because this shows me that you're moving out of that energy. That's probably what you've had to process. I can see that there's an awful lot of stuff you're having to process, and this must be it. We'll get under it later. It feels like a relationship breakup for a lot of you. Who initiated it? I don't know. I feel like it could have been you, Gemini. And you're concentrating on what you can do for yourself to make you happy. And that includes an examination of your spiritual needs. Your own spiritual needs. Okay, what strengths is Gemini bringing to this situation? What strengths and attitudes is Gemini bringing to this situation, please? A reversed High Priestess. Your intuition. There's a block on your intuition here. Came out in reverse. You've got so many majors. You've got so many major arcana. Anyway. I feel like you're actively choosing to hide something from yourself because it's painful, and you know that there's only so much pain that you can titrate at any one time, if that makes sense. Only so much pain you can bring up to the surface at any one time. Environmental energies, surrounding energies for Gemini. What's surrounding? Who's surrounding? Who or what is surrounding? Ouch. Who or what is in the surrounding? What's that? I seem to remember your last read being quite tough. Do you know, it's not exactly tough, it's just kind of hardcore. It's kind of hardcore, but also you're kind of hardcore, Gemini. I have no doubt whatsoever that you can deal with this shit. And actually, I think you're kind of emerging out of it anyway. For most of you. Your environmental energies is an 8 of Swords. I don't know about that. It could be someone else's energy. Often when what I pull in this position is somebody else's energy. It could be yours. Either way, 8 of Swords is not my favourite energy. Those of you who've watched a while will know this. A feeling of being hemmed in. I'm really drawn to the blindfold today. So someone is just not seeing something clearly. I don't know if it's you or someone else. I think it's someone else. Because I think this tower's given you no choice but to see things clearly. You are the Queen of Swords right in the centre of your reading. I mean, of course, you slip in and out of energies, don't you? But I'm feeling this is someone else's energy. And actually, I think you're probably quite frustrated at this person. You feel like they're just being blind to you, to what you've got to offer. I agree, they are being blind. But do you know what the thing with 8 of Swords energy is? If it's somebody else that's in this energy, you cannot coax them out of it. You just can't. It has to be them that gets themselves out of it. It's just one of those. We'll get more later. Hopes and fears for Gemini, please. Hopes and fears for Gemini. Hopes and fears for Gemini. Does that want to come out? No. Hopes and fears. The Hermits. Okay. It's like you're worried that if you go in that hermit's cave, you might never come out. I don't know. I mean, we've already spoke about this introspective energy that I've felt throughout the reading, and this is what the hermit is. It is that card of introspection. But when it's reversed, it can often be a sort of more unhealthy withdrawal, if you like, a sort of shutting off. And with it showing up in your hopes and fears like this, it's like you're worried you're unreachable or something. You're worried this person can't reach you. You're worried you can't reach this person. In a sense, I don't think you can reach this person, Gemini. I'm sorry to say. Not when they're in 8 of Swords, not as things stand. But anyway. You could be dealing with a Virgo, incidentally. Or a Scorpio, for that matter. Oh. See, the Hermit's such a wise card, such a wise energy. It's almost like you're worried you're not in touch with your own wisdom. Something like that. Some sort of inability to trust your own wisdom. Something like that. We'll see when we get underneath it. Let's look at the outcome then. Let's look at the outcome for Gemini. I don't know why I forgot what sign I'm doing. I should do what other readers do and write it down on a piece of paper and have it really visible, because I do forget. Oh, Gemini, I'm sorry. Outcome for Gemini, please. Outcome for Gemini. Ooh, a Ten of Pentacles. Hello. Yes, thank you, please. That's beautiful. I mean, that's just goals. That's just goals in terms of kind of material comfort, material success. Absolutely beautiful. Shall we just leave it there? Everything's going to be brilliant. It's a bit difficult, but you're going to be fine. What else do you need to know? Let's get some more details. Let's dig. It's my favourite thing to do. I'm exceptionally nosy. Let's go underneath this Queen of Swords, but I like that Ten of Pentacles for you. Okay, let's go to Thelema. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords, please. Why is this Queen of Swords at the centre of Gemini's reading, please? Eight of Cups. I told you you was making the decision to walk away from something. This Queen of Swords has emotionally detached from something. This is your energy. You are the Queen of Swords here. You've emotionally detached from something. You've walked away from something. You've decided you've invested enough in it emotionally. You're not getting out of it. You're not getting out of it what you hope to get out of it. It's not a worthy emotional investment for you. And you've decided to walk away. And I suspect some people around you may be judging you as having made a very cold decision. I disagree, frankly. Not that you should put too much stock in my opinion, but that's not what it's feeling like to me. You did what you had to do, Gemini. What is that tower? You've just had enough. There's no more. You cannot take any more. Not with that tower like that. Look, that is the energy of I cannot take any more. There may actually have been sort of explosion of emotion actually in that past energy. And then we go from the 8 to the 9 in your subconscious. I like this, and I like seeing the Hermit here in your hopes and dreams, because I have no idea if it's a thing, but I always see, or most of the time see, the figure in this 8 of Cups card as the Hermit, following your own light, following your own path, journeying towards your own and personal 9 of Cups, following what brings you emotional fulfillment. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords for Gemini, please. The High Priestess upright. Well, I'm quite liking to see that, because we've got it reversed in your strengths, and it wasn't exactly feeling all that reversed, but hey, you followed your intuition, Gemini. You followed your intuition and you've emotionally detached from something. And yes, I think in this current energy, somewhat, because I'm just relating it to this High Priestess here, somewhat some of the pain is buried. You can only bring it up and work with it bit by bit. If you brought all the pain up all at once, you know, I mean, I'm not saying either way. I'm not judging either as good or bad, but I can certainly understand why you would, in a sense, put, I know the moon's not out, but it feels like you are putting some of your pain under a moon, as in kind of burying it a bit, covering it up a bit, just so you can bring it up bit by bit. That's how it feels like. And I am just drawn to the moon on this 8 of Cups card, and the High Priestess and the moon are so closely related as well. It's like, you know, it's there, but you know, you can, yeah, see, that's the emotional pain I was talking about. That's exactly it. And you see, that's your current energy, and then we see it reversed in your future energy. You see, you are moving out of this 3 of Swords energy, like I said, in your future, but it's just a matter of controlling the purge, When we feel this level of emotional pain, we have to purge it in whatever way works for us. But we sometimes have to put it under a moon and bring it up bit by bit in order to purge it, depending on kind of your whole style and your whole way you are. I mean, for me, I will say I probably do that process a little bit too fast, actually. But there's no such thing as too fast. You know, you do what you do. You do it as you see fit, my loves. But I can see, I think there's a lot of tears for you right now, Gemini. With this Three of Swords, this emotional pain. I suspect someone's betrayed you. I'm going to ask. Just tell me more about this Three of Swords for Gemini, please. What's the cause of this emotional pain? What's the cause of this emotional pain for Gemini, please? A King of Wands. A reverse King of Wands. Someone else who is not able to act in accordance with their feelings. Basically, it's not the most pleasant figure to have to deal with. Is a reverse King of Wands. It's not. It's someone else's energy. Someone's... Tell me more. Their feelings and their actions don't align. Their actions and their words don't align. This is just someone who's all out of alignment. It's whoever's in this Eight of Swords, I'm telling you, it's the same person. Anything else on this King of Wands, this cause of Gemini's emotional pain, please? Oh, I've got two cards there. A Nine of Swords and a reverse Nine of Wands. Ooh, two nines. I'm feeling this is someone who's quite selfish. Someone who's quite defensive. They are anxious and they are taking their anxiety out on you. Yeah. They are hurt. They are hurting. They have been wounded in the past, but instead of consciously seeing that wounding, they're just blindfolding themselves so that their actions are just driven by hurt, but in a way where they take it out on other people. That's the way I'm feeling it. Whether they've literally betrayed you or not, I don't know, but they've been very unpleasant to you, Gemini, and I'm really sorry to see it. I am. I'm going to get underneath this Hanged Man energy for you now. Oh God. Is there ever a day I don't get cat hair in my mouth? Is there? Okay, tell me more about this Hanged Man for Gemini, please. Tell me more about this Hanged Man for Gemini. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get hair out my mouth. A reverse Ten of Wands. A reverse Five of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles showed its face, but it didn't fall, so I won't take it. Tell me more about this Hanged Man for Gemini, please. I think there's a sense of relief here. Somewhat, because Ten of Wands is a burden and it's in reverse, so I feel you moving out of that energy of feeling burdened, feeling weighed down. And yes, with the Hanged Man there is still somewhat a sense of stuckness before you move into the more introspective energy of the Hanged Man, which follows the stuckness. So yeah, I see you moving out of an energy of stuckness, an energy of burden, into an energy of being able to take a slight step back from the situation, kind of see things for what they are in a way that you couldn't when you were emotionally invested in that situation. Eight of Cups, you're not emotionally invested in that anymore, and that is giving you a lot more clarity. Oh, okay, I'll take that. Yes, it's the Nine of Cups again. It matches with this energy in your subconscious. That's what the Hanged Man's doing. The Hanged Man, excuse me. You are the Hanged Man here, and you are it's almost like you are taking that dive into your own subconscious. Bit by bit. I think you're doing it in a very careful, controlled, sensible, beautiful way. Not in the way that I do sometimes. With the High Priestess. Because the High Priestess is not seeing too much of it at once in a way that you'd be overwhelmed and then you'd have to shut down and go right back to square one. Part of that might be looking at your own feelings and fears around abandonment, by the way, because the Five of Pentacles is out for some of you. But this is actually just really beautiful. It's like in this person not meeting your needs, in this person creating unhappiness in your life, it's allowing you to focus on what does bring you happiness. Now that you've been able to take a step back from the situation, there's some sort of energy of just taking a step back from the situation. Either the connection between you and this person is suspended, or it's ended. I'm not exactly sure, because I do see resistance to an ending here. The Hanged Man suggests it's suspended, but I'm just getting such a not great vibe of this person that's in your life that, well, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I think you know, you deserve to have your needs met. And if this person isn't, and it doesn't look to me like they are, because this person can't even meet their own needs. This person can't even recognise and meet their own needs. So your needs repel them, to be honest, in the same way that their own needs repel them, because they won't examine them and accept them in themselves. Something like that. Let's look at this Death card then in your sort of conscious mind. Really? They want me to use this deck. I'm called to use this deck. It's just that whenever I use this deck, it's a very, very intuitive read, because it's a bizarre deck. Dreams of Gaia, it's called. Okay, well, I'm sure I'm called to it for a reason, and it will all become clear. Yeah, the Major Arcana's got like random cards in it, and then there's no pages or knights in this deck. It goes to 11 and 12, 10, 11, 12. It's a curious deck. Okay, tell me more about this Death card, please, for Gemini. Tell me more about this Death. Integrity. Yeah, this is one of the extra Major Arcana cards. 23. You see, normally the Major Arcana would stop at 21, the World. But this is 23. The 23rd may be of some significance to you. Possibly of last month, but possibly of any month. Integrity, I like that. I'm just going to take that very, very literally for you. You are considering what actions to take that are in line with your own values, your own sense of integrity, and the Hanged Man energy is helping you get in touch with those values, I'm going to say. Yeah, and I don't think this person's has acted with much integrity, to be honest. What is integrity? Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Oh, this character loves doing the right thing when people are watching, doesn't he? Or she. I'm just saying he because he's showing up as a King of Wands and I go by the sex of the person on the card. But yes, that's why that card's come up. Yes, to prompt this, to prompt this. Integrity. This person is all fucking charm and charisma when they've got an audience. So when you go out to the pub or when you go out with your friends, in front of your friends, this person's awesome. And then you end up wondering if you're going mad that you're not emotionally fulfilled. You're not going mad. This person's bullshitting you. Bloody... This person's putting on a front in front of friends and family and probably their work colleagues as well. They behave a certain way in front of everybody else, and then when it's just you and them, they don't treat you well. Anything else for this Death card? But this is why you're having problems letting go of this. There's this desire to move away from this. I think a lot of you have already with the Eight of Cups. But there is some resistance to this ending with this person. And I think that's part of what's driving the resistance. You're like, what? Your friends and family may be even saying to you, oh, but he's lovely. Well, yeah, of course he is in front of them. And that creates that doubt in your mind, yeah. Anything else on this death card, please? I don't actually think we need anything else on this, do we? I think we've got what we needed to get. The Mother, reversed. Number 4, the Mother. How funny. Why? This deck is so funny. Because normally the Empress would be number 3. And the Emperor would be number 4. The Emperor would be that stability. But here we've got a very stable kind of Empress energy. That's interesting. Very interesting. See, this deck, I just have to read it straight off intuitively because it's so far out. I'm just drawn to the turtle. Turtle, is that the right word? Tortoise. Both cards have snakes in them. Let me just get another one. Look at the common themes between the 3 cards. Anything else for Gemini, please? On this death card. Can I have one more on this death card, please? Thank you. And then we've got the 12 of water, which is kind of like the Page of Cups. The Counselor. The Counselor. Both cards have snakes. There's kind of a feeling of you shedding your skin here. Sort of energy of being reborn into something new. Because the weight off your shoulders has gone. It's that sense of relief. Shedding of skin, relief. But going back to that tortoise. Slow, slow, slow. Slow progress. It's like the actual shedding of your skin appears to be happening very, very slowly, and in a way you would like it to happen faster. But it's like that High Priestess is out of your control. That High Priestess is saying, no, we cannot bring up more pain to purge just yet. We have to bring it up bit by bit. I don't know, it's like that tortoise and that High Priestess are in cahoots. In your subconscious, I guess. I don't know. They're in cahoots, I'm telling you. And they're only letting you feel the pain in a sort of slow release way. You know, you get those medication you can take that's like slow release tablets. It's like that. It's like the turtle's encasing your pain under the command of the High Priestess. And its pain is just exiting the capsule in like a slow release format. That's the weirdest analogy I've ever come up with. Whatever. You could literally be seeking the services of a counsellor, of a literal counsellor, to deal with all of this, by the way. For some of you. Fair enough. Some of you may have had like couples counselling or something like that with this person as well, by the way. Integrity, that's it. Yes, this is very specific for some of you, but if you are in couples counselling with this person, they've got the counsellor convinced that this is not how they come off to the counsellor, basically. They're sly as fuck, aren't they? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you resonate with this. Yeah, so it's like your family, your friends, any sort of external agencies that you might be getting to help, like a counsellor. This person is got them convinced that you're the problem. This is why, that's why that integrity's come up, because that's exactly what integrity is. It's doing the right thing when you're not being watched. And as soon as this person is not watched, or as soon as this person is watched but only by you, their true colours show. Right, this tower in the past, please. Oh, let's go to another deck. This tower in the past, please. Tell me about this tower in the past for Gemini, please. A reverse King of Pentacles, right. Someone could be withholding money or the tower wants to show its face again. It didn't fall, so I won't take it, but there it is again. Who's had this before? God, is it you that's even had this before, Gemini? I'm so sorry if you're continuing to deal with this energy. Although I don't see you dealing with it for much longer. I think a lot of you have already made the break. This is not a nice energy. I'm not feeling this as nice, especially when it's coming out next to this King of Wands reverse. Like, literally, there could be financial abuse at play here. So if that's something that resonates with you, please get help from the relevant agencies, okay? You know, all I can do is sort of perhaps through the cards give you some pointers how to deal with this on a spiritual level. You know, I can't give advice about leaving abusive situations because I don't know your story. I can't give advice beyond please contact the correct agencies where, you know, I don't know what country you're in, so I can't list them all, but that sort of help is available, I'm sure. Anyway, if it's not exactly that, it is someone who's very mean, basically. And they're not just mean with their money, they're mean with their time and their effort. And you've had enough. Yeah, Nine of Swords again. You're both feeling this energy, this Nine of Swords energy. It's come up twice. When it comes up twice, it's often because two separate people are feeling that energy. Yes, well, because why wouldn't you be feeling anxious and stressed in response to this? In response to this, of course you are. You're human. It's absolutely natural. If you weren't feeling this in the past here, in response to this energy, I would be very worried about you. Judgment in reverse. I think you have just given this person so many second chances, i.e. third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chances. And finally, you are like, no more chances. I am done. That's the way it feels. It just feels like there's been such an energy build up between you for so long, and it's like the cork has popped off the bottle. Even if this hasn't been a decision that you have verbally communicated to them, emotionally, the cork has popped off the bottle and you have had enough. In this past year, you have had enough. And they're probably asking you for yet one more chance with that Judgment card. I'm sure they are. Well, that's on them. That's up to them, and it's up to you what you do with that. Reverse Nine of Cups. Tell me more about this reverse Nine of Cups for Gemini, please. Ten of Swords. An ending. It's upright. It is upright. I feel like deep down you've accepted this ending more than you have actually consciously, because this is sort of conscious mind, this is sort of subconscious mind. Deep down, with this Ten of Swords being upright, like although you know it's extremely painful, although you feel that pain, deep down you know you're not crazy. You know this person's got no integrity. You know this energy upright is what you need to embrace, this energy of an ending and clearing the way and moving towards something new. It's kind of quite nice to see that, actually. And You've got the Ten of Pentacles in your outcome, Gemini. You can absolutely do this. If this is your story, if this resonates with you so far, just know you've got a bloody Ten of Pentacles in your outcome. Right? You couldn't really ask for much better, unless we maybe saw the World, which we'll probably get when we clarify, because you're fucking awesome. Alright? But obviously do stay safe, because this person does not seem very nice at all. For some of you, it's going to be varying for all of you, but for some of you, this person is extremely unpleasant, and yes, you do need to stay safe. So make that your priority, please. I don't know who I had to say that to recently. This is a very similar energy to a reading I've done not too long ago. I don't know if it was actually you, Gemini. I don't know. Now, if I'm just repeating myself, I'm sorry. Like, the energy's the energy. If the energy repeats, I repeat. I don't know. Okay. Tell me more about this Nine of Cups for Gemini, please. Tell me more about this Nine of Cups for Gemini. Yes. Shocking. I think there may have been some sort of shocking revelation that's actually meant no more chances for this person. Like, there's just been such a build-up of energy for so long. But, again, with this Tower in your subconscious here, this kind of... I don't know, this energy's pushing at you to come out. The energy's just pushing to come out to the surface, but it's got to go through the High Priestess, you see? See how you've got the High Priestess in the middle here? This Tower energy has to go through the High Priestess to get into your sort of conscious mind so you can deal with it. It's that High Priestess is titrating this energy of the Tower. I don't know how else to put it. I hope that makes sense. This pain is sort of... The High Priestess is kind of serving you well here. That's why the High Priestess is in your strengths. That's why the High Priestess in reverse is in your strengths. I mean, you would look at the High Priestess in reverse and think, well, that's not a strength, because that is someone hiding shit from themselves. But no, it's a controlled purge. It's a controlled purge. Anything else about this? What the fuck? What did I... That's only the third time we've had it out. It's exactly what I was saying. It's that emotional pain I was talking about. You couldn't make it up. Tarot's so clever. It really is. We've already had the Three of Swords attached to this High Priestess when I was talking about controlling the pain, right? And then I'm doing the exact same thing here, and this Three of Swords shows its face again. I'm not going to repeat myself because it's everything I've already said. Let's look at your near future. We see the Three of Swords in reverse. I'm telling you, you are managing to step out of this energy of pain because you've done what you need to do to move through it. It's like not letting go. I'm a bit sick of hearing people talk about letting go. Oh, just let go. No, fucking feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Purge it. That's what you need to do, and that's what you are doing. Anything else about this reverse Three of Swords for Gemini? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else about this Three of Swords for Gemini? A reverse Five of Pentacles, we've already had that. A reverse King of Cups. See, a King of Cups. Cups is emotions. It's a controlled... I don't know. It's like this controlled release of emotions in your future here, and it's allowing you. It's allowing you to recognise feelings of abandonment and why those are so very painful to you, those feelings, and that always goes back to our childhoods. But because you're purging the emotions, I feel, in such a controlled way, in the way I've already described, it's like you can examine those feelings of abandonment without feeling completely and utterly overwhelmed by them. That's the way it's feeling to me. Hope that makes sense. The High Priestess in reverse again. Are you kidding me? This whole reading just keeps backing up itself, and I just love it because it just shows you what an amazing tool tarot is. Buy your own deck. Buy your own deck and do this shit for yourself, because there is nothing special about what I am doing. Okay? let me see if there's anything else. I didn't take that High Priestess because it didn't actually fall, but you know, it's only the third time we've seen it. We've had the Three of Swords 3 times. We're just getting so much repeat energies. It's kind of beautiful. Tell me more about this reverse Three of Swords for Gemini, please. No, that's too many. Anything else on this reverse Three of Swords for Gemini? This is going to be a long reading, isn't it? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. This purging is opening up the way for a new beginning. You're planting all sorts of seeds. I think you feel like you aren't almost, because Hanged Man, this Hanged Man energy can give us that feeling that nothing's happening. But actually it's like you're planting lots of seeds. It's almost like you're planting lots of seeds in your subconscious, replacing negative beliefs about yourself with positive ones in a way that maybe you don't even realise you're doing it. I don't know. Anything else on this reverse High Priestess in Gemini strengths, please? Anything else? Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. This situation wasn't growing. Your strengths are that you have the ability to recognise that this situation was not growing. Okay? This is an energy of like assessing, evaluating, tweaking, making changes so that something can grow and so that something can become abundant. Only this couldn't, because you were the only one doing the work. This person was not doing the work. And in your strengths, I see you recognising that. So well done. There's probably facts around this. Not quite the way of putting it. Quite the right way of putting it. Okay, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with saying that. There's certain facts around this that tell you that this situation wasn't growing. Certain red flags type things that you recognise as meaning that this person is not investing. Signs, actions, certain things this other person has been doing that really show you that they are not investing in this in the same way that you were. But again, it's like you put them under a moon. And that's another thing that the High Priestess is kind of bringing up for you bit by bit to deal with, I feel. Anything else for this High Priestess? In the sense that if it all came up at once, you'd feel overwhelmed, you'd reject it, you'd start defending them in your mind, sticking up for them. But it's like you're bringing things up bit by bit to purge, to deal with. Reverse Judgment. Again. Reverse Judgment. Again. All those second chances, all those second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances you've given this person to show you that they can invest. It's like you're thinking over all those times you gave them all those chances. The High Priestess is there. The High Priestess is just there, making sure you deal with it bit by bit. There's a lot for you to process here. There's a lot for you to process. But I think you're managing the process beautifully, from what I can see, to be honest. Strength. Yes. You are managing it with such strength and compassion towards yourself. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. You're awesome, Gemini, despite these taxing circumstances. Okay, let's get under this Eight of Swords. I feel this is this person's energy, this reverse King of Wands energy. Let's see. The Devil. Oh, there's that Devil I told you about. The Devil and the Ten of Swords. Hello. Yeah. You put a 10 swords in that Devil, though. You put a 10 of Swords in that Devil. Devil energy is... yeah. This person is in Devil energy for sure. Five of Wands, I won't take it. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords in Gemini's environment, please. Tell me more about this Eight of Swords in Gemini's environments. The Son of Cups reversed. So their emotions are not flowing. This is the equivalent of the the Knight of Cups. When it's upright, it's the most beautiful, vulnerable flow of emotions that is absolutely necessary to maintain any sort of deep connection with anybody. But here, this person is just not able to do that. They're in Eight of Swords energy. Of course they're not able to do that. You may have felt a sense of rejection from them. at some point as well, with the Son of Cups being in reverse here. Anything else about this Eight of Swords? Thank you. The Hanged Man. Ooh. And the Eight of Swords reversed. So that's two of you that are in this Hanged Man energy. But they're distracting themselves. See, when the Eight of Pentacles comes out reversed, I often feel it's distraction. Distraction from the issue at hand. They're distracting themselves from their Eight of Swords pain. They're distracting themselves from the knowledge that they are blinding themselves to something. I don't know, I just feel them quite stuck in this Hanged Man energy because they're distracting themselves from the real issues, i.e. what are my spiritual needs? They're not in touch with their own needs, I'm telling you. This person is not in touch with their own needs. Their own needs repulse them. And therefore your needs repulse them. Reverse energies, it applies, by the way. I haven't said that in a while. I don't know. I'm not going to continue to dig about in this other person's energy because I don't think it serves you really, to be honest. Quite correctly, your focus at the moment seems to be on you. This person is in an Eight of Swords, so you can't do much for them. In fact, you can't really do anything for them apart from have very good boundaries with them. Okay? Because when someone's in an Eight of Swords, they need to sort their own shit out. And it's painful to watch, I know, Gemini. You can't save them from themselves. Okay, let's look at your hopes and your fears with this reversed Hermit. Well, I'm sorry this isn't the cheeriest of reads. But it is what it is. Reverse Hermit, tell me more about... Oh no, so is that reverse King of Pentacles again? Hopes and fears for Gemini. Tell me more about this reversed Hermit, please. Tell me more about this reversed Hermit for Gemini. Thank you. A reverse Seven of Wands. In your own little bubble, hey? This is a real sense of retreat here. You're worried. This person's done a number on you, I'm telling you. They have done a fucking number on you. You see, I'm not much for sugarcoating stuff, and the Gemini I'm looking at is dealing with an arsehole, frankly. The reason this is coming up like this is because you're worried that your withdrawal, reverse Hermit, reverse Seven of Wands, you see how she's withdrawn and put herself in a bubble? She's a bit different to lots of Seven of Wands cards. And also the Seven of Wands is all about your own needs, assessing your own needs, getting in touch with your own needs. But you're worried. This is why this is in your hopes and fears, because you're worried that if you pull away from this person, they're going to do something stupid. I'll be honest, I think... I'm very uncomfortable giving my opinions. Look, you have to use your own discernment and your own intuition as to whether this is your story or not, please. But I will just say stuff like threatening to hurt yourself and threatening suicide is very, very much a tactic of abuse. If you're not familiar with abusive dynamics, I will say, when you are safe to do so, do research them and see if that resonates for you. Because, I get the energy, and the way the energy is, it can translate very differently in different people's lives for different situations. But the most obvious way for me to translate the energy that I'm seeing is that somebody here has very much given you cause for concern for their welfare if you don't pander to them, okay? If you don't continue to not have boundaries, if you don't continue to not express your needs. you know, one way you could see this is, if you leave me, I'll die. If you leave me, I'll kill myself. Like, I just have to say it how I see it. If it's not yours, don't take it. If someone's saying that to you, that threat of suicide, it's abuse. Okay? So please take that away sensibly, because I've tried to say it as sensibly and responsibly as I can say it. So, yeah. If it's not yours, don't take it, sure. I'm really sorry, Gemini. I'm really sorry you're dealing with this situation. Anyway, look, it could be manifesting in your life kind of differently, but there's just a sense that your withdrawal is going to hurt this person. But to me, the way I'm seeing your withdrawal is it feels very necessary. Very necessary. Because you can't take anymore. You can't. It's not sustainable. What you are giving to this situation and what you are getting back, it's not sustainable. And this trickery where they are someone else for everyone else, and for you they're an arsehole, is not okay. Anything else on this reverse hermit? Anything else on this reverse hermit? A reverse two of swords. Decision. You're worried about your decision to withdraw. Anything else about this reverse hermit? Anything else about this reverse hermit? The King of Wands. Here he is again, the King of Wands. This is all about your decision to withdraw yourself from this energy. Yeah, sure, he's showing up upright now. Oh yeah, he's putting on the charm now. Of course he is, because you've withdrawn until you stick to your guns, and that's when the threats come out. I'll just say it how I see it, my loves. I'm sorry. I should stop apologising, actually. Right, outcome. I love your outcome. This Ten of Pentacles. So this is like a short-term outcome. Beautiful. A kind of beautiful stepping out of that Three of Swords energy, because you've done purging, you know. You've felt your pain. Moving into a more long-term future, which is showing up as a Ten of Pentacles, which is just safety, security, financial abundance. Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles for Gemini, please. Mother of Wands. You see, she's quite guarded here, quite protective. Possibly you have children, and you are protecting your children. Part of this whole difficulty in this situation is that it's not just you you've got to look after, you've got to protect your children. You are looking in the future here, like you're doing that very sensibly and very well. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Anything else for this Ten of Pentacles, please? Anything else for this Ten of Pentacles? We've got two. I'll take two. A reverse Seven of Swords and Temperance. That's nice. Okay. I feel like it's almost like building your own sense of safety, your own sense of security feels a bit selfish to you somehow. Just the way this Seven of Swords has come out, it feels... It's like you feel you're doing something underhand, but I don't think you are. There's just this feeling in your energy of having done something underhand to achieve this sense of safety and security, like you feel guilty about a choice. This is a choice. I think it's because when you aren't focusing on this King of Wands needs, you feel very guilty and like you're doing something bad because you're so used to being focused on this person's needs, even though they don't seem to have much interest in your needs by what I'm seeing, not the situation I'm looking at. So I think that's why the Seven of Swords has come out how it has. It's attached to a decision. You feel like you've had to make some sort of sneaky decision. The way you end up extricating yourself from this situation feels sneaky to you. I'm not saying it is sneaky. You know, I think it probably feels very careful and very safe. And, you know, if you are leaving this situation, I would definitely say to leave it in conjunction with services that are set up to help you, whatever exactly your situation is, because it does feel abusive for some of you. And that can feel sneaky, can't it? Because the advice is always to not tell them and to just go. Because it's the most dangerous time, you know, assuming, I mean, you're probably female because most of my viewers are. But leave that moment when you actually leave an abusive situation, that is the most dangerous time. So yeah, you might feel, you may do what the Seven of Swords is all about and kind of leave that situation in a way that could be seen as sneaky. But actually what it is a way that ensures your safety. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to see such horrible dynamics and horrible behaviour from another person. I really am. But I hope you felt heard watching this reading. I hope, just please stay safe. Who did I have to say this to recently? I don't know. I hope it wasn't you, Gemini. I'm like, if this is just a repeat of a read I've done for you 2 weeks ago, I'm really sorry. It just goes to show that, you know, that's the energy I'm picking up on. Why is this Temperance card here? Temperance is about timing. That's why it's here. Yeah. You may have to very carefully pick your timing when you make moves towards your own safety and security, okay? But definitely this beautiful, beautiful energy is available to you. You know, this is an energy of feeling comfortable in your surroundings, having the resources you need, having a sense of abundance, having a sense of safety, a sense of security, which you're currently not experiencing within this situation. But I do believe you are able to experience it outside of this situation, from what the cards are showing me, from what the energies are coming through to me as, okay? So, you know, take what's yours, please. Your intuition is everything, like I've already said. And please just, you know, obviously if the abusive dynamics that I've talked about in this reading resonates, please stay safe and please contact the right agencies. And I know I've probably said that about a million times, but I'm sorry. I think I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini. I hope no one watches this reading, quite frankly, and that it resonates with none of you and I've got it all completely wrong. That's my hope. But if it does resonate with you, I just hope you feel heard, all right? And I seriously wish you all the best. And well done, because I think you're beautiful. Okay, Gemini? As in, I think you're dealing with this beautifully. All right, my loves, I am going to leave it there. I'll be back in 2 weeks for another in-depth reading. In the meantime, look out for little mini all signs readings. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It just helps the algorithms, helps it get out in front of people who might benefit from hearing it. And do subscribe if you haven't already. But more than anything, please stay safe. All right, Gemini, I'll check you later. Bye.